All right. We're live. How's that, man?
Pretty good.
Nice.
All
right.
Let's get going.
Let's do it. Good evening.
Welcome.
Thank you for being here. All right.
Hi, Insta. Hi, Facebook.
Hello, friends. Thank you for being here tonight.
Are we getting set here?
Yeah.
How's everyone doing?
So set. Brilliant.
Dude. Okay, I'm almost close. Oh, hello.
All right. Happy Day of the Dead.
All right.
We're going to be doing an all Spanish night tonight. All Latin American folk songs, most of them from Mexico. Some that Sue's just hearing for the first time, right? Before we rehearse. But
why not?
You don't mind just going for it, right? I really wanted to dig deep in my brain and do ones that I haven't done in a long time, because we've done a couple of these nights here, these live streams, and it's just so satisfying for me to play these old songs that are shelved away in there.
Yeah, I keep thinking I want to do a similar night of all these old time and bluegrass and folk songs that I grew up with. I have to just dig them out like you just said.
They're there. You excavate them
in deep.
Oh, thanks for being here, everybody.
Shall we?
Yeah, we're gonna do Las Flores. This is a traditional Son Huasteco song from central Mexico. I'm gonna play the huapanguero for this one. Are you good? That's what you need to.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Try this one again. Allá en la Huasteca mía se escuchan los trovadores. Allá en la Huasteca mía se escuchan los trovadores. Sé de noche o sé de día, el huapango de las flores. El huapango de las flores se escucha con alegría. En el corazón te llevo porque eres mi consentida. En el corazón te llevo porque eres mi consentida. Por eso ancho con anhelo que cuando te hayas dormida, adornar tu pelo negro con la flor más encendida. A ti te canto morena por ser la flor que más quiero. A ti te canto morena por ser la flor que más quiero. Más bella que la azucena eres una anhel de cielo. Y tú perfumas mi pena cuando acaricio tu pelo. Contemplando yo las flores, contemplaba una por una. Contemplando yo las flores, contemplaba una por una. Hermosa por sus colores, preciosas como la luna. Negrita de mis amores, pero como tú ninguna.
Thanks everyone. Welcome. Hello on YouTube, Facebook and Instagram. So nice to be playing tonight we've picked our marigolds for our Day of the Dead altar. We hope everyone had a good Halloween. Didn't eat too many chocolates, just the right amount.
Did you get the right amount?
I have the right amount. I've been having like 1 or 2 a day, and it's been just right. I feel like
You want to adjust
so
it?
loud.
Oh yeah, please
You
turn.
don't
Yeah.
need it, but even if you bring me down mellow, because you
Okay.
don't match the loud.
Do you want to just turn, or just not even use it? You can.
You don't need it.
Okay.
Just like sing,
Sure.
sing to me, and they'll hear it.
All right.
Is that okay?
Yeah, sure, no problem.
All right.
You want to turn it off and I'll kind of unplug it then real quick.
Yeah.
Good.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Strap the microphone.
Who needs a microphone?
I do, but you don't.
Let's put it over there, out of the way.
Great.
There we go. All right.
This is such a relaxing night for me because I don't have to sing, lead, or play lead on anything. Just
Follow on the journey here.
Yeah, all these old songs of David's.
So I learned this song. I was staying in a hostel in Merida, Yucatan, and I didn't really know much about kind of traditional trova, which is the kind of music that they play in the Yucatan Peninsula in Mexico. Yeah, but there's this rich body of songs that they're kind of more contemporary. Some of the traditional songs hundreds of years old, but these are kind of ones that have been written in the last 100 years. And I'd heard about this bar where all these people gathered on maybe a Sunday and played traditional trova music. And so I went there, and I was the youngest person by about 60 years. And I didn't know any trova, but I knew some songs, so I was playing those. And I learned this one here. And then when I was revisiting it for this, I realized that the person who wrote it, Rita Lea Baeza, had opened up that trova bar. She was the one who started that trova bar at the Hotel San Pedro.
Oh my God.
And she was the author of this song called Espinas y Rosas. So it's
I'm
a
gonna
gorgeous
do
one.
low guy.
Yeah. Give me a second here to just dial this in. Back up here. Después de caminar tantos caminos, llegué al sendero donde crecen las espinas, las errantes del destino. Hermosas amores que nos hieran. Supe para amar era preciso abrazar las espinas con las flores, y aprendí a soñar con el hechizo, no de mi dicha, sí de mis dolores. Y si al amor le quitaran sus dolores, se volviera vinagre el mismo vino, y del sol no alumbraran sus ardores, y la luna no pintara sus caminos. Ay de mi Dios, no me quites mis dolores. Ni a las flores no les quitan sus espinas. Ay de mi Dios, no me quites mis dolores, ni a las flores no les quitan sus espinas.
Nice vibrato.
Thanks.
David only pulls out his vibrato for nights like these.
Oh, I could try some more vibrato in our repertoire. It just seems so natural with these songs. It's just they're written in that romantic genre.
Nothing romantic about our music.
I love this.
Tell me how everyone's doing. Hi Faith. Hi Allie, Tracy, Chad. Tell me something. Tell me what you dressed up as for Halloween, or the favorite costume you saw.
Or if you've been to the Hotel San Pedro in Yucatan.
Definitely tell us.
I really love the lyrics for that song are so beautiful. It's called, Thorns and Roses, and it's kind of like understanding that with any great love or great pleasure, there's pain to it. And so at the end, she writes, God, like, don't take away my pain, because she knows that the pain is like part of the good stuff too, like that they go hand in hand, like just from like the flowers don't take away their thorns. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful song. We're gonna play a lot of beauties tonight.
Totally.
This next one's by the great Agustin Lara. It's a classic, one we've never played, but I've just always wanted to learn. So I figured it out for tonight, for you guys, for the Day of the Dead. Man, we're so happy to be doing this again. We're kind of doing it for a stretch here. We're raising money again. We're so close to the end of the studio. It's like there's a real end in sight. And the biggest expense right now is actually finish the bathroom and do all the tiling in the bathroom. And so any tips coming tonight are going straight to that big project. To the bathroom.
No, but straight to the tiles. That's
straight to the tiles, to the beautiful tiles.
A little more glam than the bathroom. But what could be more functional than bathroom?
It makes so much possible in that space.
Indeed.
So this is Farolito, the little lantern, the little street lantern that he kind of cries under every night on his little. And I can kind of picture, because he's from Tlacotalpan, which is like the kind of one of the hearts of Son Jarocho, where they do the fandango tradition. But then out of that emerged this guy they call him El Flaco de Oro, the golden skinny guy. And he was from this town as well, and he wrote some of the most beautiful songs that exist, including this one. Farolita que alumbras apenas mi calle desierta. Cuántas noches me han visto llorando llamar a su puerta, sin llevarme más que una canción, un pedazo de mi corazón, sin llevarme más nada que un beso, frilento, travieso, amarga y dulzón. Farolita que alumbras apenas mi calle desierta. Cuántas noches me has visto llorando llamar a su puerta, sin llevarme más que una canción, un pedazo de mi corazón, sin llevarme más nada que un beso, frilento, travieso, amarga y dulzón. que alumbras apenas mi calle desierta. Cuántas noches me has visto llorando llamar a su puerta, sin llevarme más que una canción, un pedazo de mi corazón, sin llevarme más nada que un beso, friolento, travieso, amarga y dulzón. Sin llevarme más que una canción, un pedazo de mi corazón, sin llevarme más nada que un beso, friolento, travieso, amarga y dulzón. The great Agustin Lara, El Farolito, the little lantern that's barely lighting the deserted street. And how many nights you've seen me crying here at her door. Oh, it's beautiful. It's a beautiful little song.
Don't get too sad.
I just love how it's just like this like nugget. He found like the perfect little thing, and then he just repeats it. Like it doesn't, I don't know, he's got like the perfect verse, basically. It has an A and a B part, but that's it. And then he just repeats it again.
The chords are like,
I know,
extravagantly
they're
beautiful.
exquisite. I know, they're exquisite. That's why he was one of the great ones.
Kind of get away with it.
All right, we're doing the tear jerkers. We're doing Latin folk music tonight, everybody, for the Day of the Dead. Thank you so much for hanging out with us.
An accordion for this one? Is that the one?
Yeah, that'd be great. This is a song almost 100 years old from Mexico, written by Marcus Augusto Jimenez Sotelo, and it's called Adiós, Mariquita Linda. Adiós, Mariquita Linda, ya me voy para tierras muy lejanas y ya nunca volveré. Adiós, chaparrita chula, ya me voy porque tú ya no me quieres como yo te quiero a ti. Adiós, vida de mi vida, la causa de mis dolores, el amor de mis amores, el perfume de mis flores, para siempre dejaré. Adiós, Mariquita linda, ya me voy con el alma entristecida por la angustia y el dolor. Me voy porque tus desdenes sin piedad han herido para siempre a mi pobre corazón. Adiós, mi casita blanca, la cuna de mis amores. Al mirarte entre las flores y al cantarte mis colores, te doy mi postrer adiós.
What do you know about that song? Anything?
It's become like a classic in the mariachi tradition. I don't know much about the history of it. It's just one of the saddest songs. It's so beautiful. Goodbye, my dear one. I'm leaving for distant lands and I'll never return. Goodbye, my little cutie pie. I'm leaving now because you don't want me anymore in the way that I still love you. The life of my life, the cause of all my sorrow, love of my greatest love, the perfume of my flowers. I'm leaving forever.
Wow.
I'm going with a saddened soul because of all of your disdain. It's kind of forever injured my poor heart. Goodbye, my little white house, the cradle of my love. Watching you between the flowers, singing with all this pain. I'm giving you my last farewell.
Jeez. I'm glad I didn't know that when you were playing it.
I know you're some of your little solos just got a little cheerful, but I love it. It was like,
yeah. I mean, music tries to encapsulate all of it.
Yeah, I know, and I don't feel sad when we do a song like that because it's so beautiful. I'm so moved by it that it doesn't. I don't,
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it's like, oh, this opens up this spectrum that I feel like just in my relationship with English folk music, American folk music, I feel like you realize there's kind of an emotional spectrum, and somehow when I play these traditional Mexican songs, like the spectrum feels wider in a different category of human experience. So, and vibrato, and the vibrato spectrum
opens it up. Yeah. We've been having kind of a theme of our day, which is that David's been reading this book about the cosmos, and he related the fact that there are, you say it.
Oh, 100 billion galaxies? 100 million galaxies?
Billion.
100 billion galaxies, at least. Maybe 2 or 3 times that many. And just in our galaxy.
Wait.
We've been talking about all day. I can't even get it straight now.
100 billion stars.
100 billion stars.
Oh no, what do you think? 7 billion? No, that's galaxy. 100 billion stars in just our galaxy.
Just in our galaxy.
And then how many galaxies were there?
Like 100 million.
No,
100 billion? You think 100 billion?
Millions you said. It was millions
I'm
of
sorry,
billions.
I didn't realize we were going to talk about it tonight, so I would have rehearsed.
I've been
okay,
prepping
all right.
Anyway, I wanted to say it a couple times because I just want everyone to pause and think about how many stars are 100 million billion.
We can't even. I feel like the number is so vast that we can't even articulate it because it's too vast.
Exactly.
The amount of stars in the amount of galaxies.
Exactly. And then David kind of reported that to me, and I went like real big, real fast, the way my brain can do. And we were eating lunch, and I said, "So, David, how does that make you feel about your soup?" And you didn't really know. You didn't. How did it make you feel about your soup?
I couldn't transfer it directly to my soup. I mean, I can transfer it to my life and feel like.
Oh, really? and then yes.
Well, and feel like, I mean, I don't know. Besides the obvious that it puts things in perspective, that we're just
in which
like.
Direction?
I was just like when I was walking back from voting today, and we were like walking down the like the rain in our little alleyway. I was like, it's just incredible that we're alive and that there's this like beautiful little alley here, and it's like the way that the kind of trees drape around it, and it's like this is a little piece of paradise here, and but it's like this. It's the smallest thing you could possibly imagine, and it's beautiful.
Not to me. Yeah. I like the way it just made the soup like totally unimportant and absolutely the most important thing ever.
Yeah, it's both those things. I hear it.
All right, back to business. Let's play.
Back to the bathroom. Back to the bathroom in the studio. Some incredible, generous tips have already come in.
I haven't even noticed. I've been focusing on my parts.
We're gonna get there. We are in this final push to pay for the studio,
and we still have to pay for the bathroom tiles. And by golly, they're expensive. I didn't know how much these types of things cost. We've never owned anything until this year. We've been renters. I mean, we've owned a touring van. That was a big accomplishment of ours. But now we are trying to figure out how to tile a bathroom.
We've owned our records.
We've owned our records. Yeah. I've owned my instruments. I've owned this accordion. But now we own this beautiful building. But we're not quite to ownership yet until the bathroom is tiled. I guess we could own it untiled, but
it'll be so nice when we can have people use the bathroom there.
I think having a toilet in there would just bring it all together.
Oh, it's gonna be so nice.
Anyway, thank you so much for your tile contributions, and I hope you enjoy these songs as much as I'm enjoying them. They're so beautiful.
This one's a great one. This is a traditional Costa Rican one. We're gonna switch gears a little bit. We've been playing traditional Mexican, but we're gonna play one. We're throwing you a bone.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Thanks. I love this.
Yeah. This is also, I'm kind of, another theme is that most of these songs are from, if they're hundreds of years old or they're from the 1920s. That's a pretty common theme here.
Nice.
This one's from 1926.
Okay, great.
They were just writing a lot of great songs 100 years ago. That was kind of a sweet spot for
nothing great is being written right now. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Don't listen to our records. Don't listen to any new things. Okay. Ready.
This is Caña Dulce pa moler. Sweet sugar cane to grind up. Okay. Caña dulce pa moler, cuando tenga mi casita. Ay, qué suerte tan bonita, ay, qué suerte tan bonita, no tendré ninguna pena. Tendré entonces mi casita, una yunta y buenos bueyes, y seré como esos reyes que no envidian a nadita. Con mi Dios y mi morena, caña dulce y buen amor. Ay, qué suerte tan bonita, ay, qué suerte tan bonita, no tendré ninguna pena. Tendré entonces mi casita, una yunta y buenos bueyes, y seré como esos reyes que no envidian a nadita.
It's over already?
Yeah, some of these songs they're short and sweet, you know.
Yeah, too short.
There are probably lots of verses to that one, but those are the two that I was taught.
Okay.
Sweet cane, sugar to grind. When I have a little tiny house, how lucky I will be. I won't have any regrets at all.
That's how I feel about our little tiny house.
Yeah, and your little oxen. I'll have my little house. And I'll have oxen
to pull my merch around.
And I'll be like one of those kings that doesn't have jealousy towards anybody or anything.
Same.
I'm gonna keep going, then you keep with my God and my dark-skinned woman, and with
not that.
And the sweet cane and good love. How lucky I will be. I will have no regrets.
Same. I feel the same way. Except that you're not a dark-skinned woman.
Other than that, it's pretty close.
Totally close.
Caña dulce pa moler, cuando tenga mi... These songs are going to be in your head, I tell you.
No, not mine. I'm just letting them in and out. Oh. I'm just enjoying them.
This is back to violin. I have been... people ask me often, like, for recommendations about traditional Mexican folk music or just Latin folk music in general. And I've been trying to make playlists on Spotify so that if people are curious, they can kind of do a deep dive. And so there's one that's called Songs of Joy and Heartbreak. That's all in Spanish. And a lot of the songs that we're drawing from tonight are on that playlist, and that you can find on our page, our Spotify page. And then there's also like a beginner's introduction to Mexican folk music that's on there that has a wide array of artists from all over Mexico playing son jarocho and son huasteco and son calentano. This is another son huasteco one, like that first one we did tonight. It's one of those ones that's I think either one would be lovely. Yeah, I think we did pits, but
yeah.
Ay, rosa linda de mi alma, que tienes que me has engreído, que tienes que me has engreído. Ay, rosa linda de mi alma, tú me has robado la calma de todas las que he tenido. Échame en tus brazos mi alma para quedarme dormido. Rosita, si tú supieras las penas que por ti paso, las penas que por ti paso. Rosita, si tú supieras y de mí te condolieras, que me dieras un abrazo, que me dieras un abrazo, aunque amor no me tuvieras. La rosa más encendida con el rayo del sol muere, con el rayo del sol muere. La rosa más encendida, la mujer comprometida, sigue el hombre que ella quiere, sigue el hombre que ella quiere, aunque le cueste la vida. Vuela, vuela, chubarrosa, tú que andas de flor en flor, tú que andas de flor en flor. Vuela, vuela, chubarrosa, y dile a la más hermosa, se está acabando mi amor. Todavía se espera una rosa, la que perfume mejor. La Rosa, a traditional son huasteco song. That means that there are these 4 verses, but there exist hundreds of verses, and people improvise them as they're singing it each time, and it's just such a living and breathing art form. I used it for kind of as a template and inspiration for a song on our forthcoming record, so people will be hearing that very soon.
Exciting.
Yeah, we already put up the first song from the new record. It's coming at the end of December, but we're going to put it up early on Patreon for people that want to hear it first and kind of have a deep dive, kind of walking through the kind of the backstory of the different songs and kind of breaking them down and where they're from. What's exciting about this new record and this new project is I just love working remotely with Alex Spiegelman, who produced Euphoric Ouroboros, and I just wanted to keep that going. And so I started sending Alec kind of bits and pieces of things that I was working on, and then he manipulated them and kind of arranged things based on all these improvisations I sent him. And then he would send that back to me, and then I would start writing based on that. And so it kind of got such, there were just such unexpected and surprising things came out of that way of collaborating. So I'm excited for people
as opposed to you just sitting down with a guitar and like coming up with some chords and verses and choruses. Right?
Yeah. The way I've been doing it since I was 13 is just like, write a song, you know, here are the chords, here's the song, like here it goes, like, but to kind of just deconstruct that. And I felt like it felt like rediscovering a way of writing songs. It was just so fun to build up the songs in to kind of almost like turn it on its head and then discover the song as we were working on it. So
it includes one, can I say?
Yeah, you can say whatever you want.
French. It includes one in French. David doesn't speak French, so he wrote the words in English, used Google Translator to turn it into French, like asked some French friends if it was anything near French. Oh, then you used the French to rhyme. You like re-rhymed it in French.
Yeah, it's a rhyming song. I wouldn't write in French if it didn't rhyme. That would be travesty.
So he just would like kind of ask, like, does this word rhyme with this? Like, anyway, and then I sing it, and I mean, it's unlike anything we've ever done.
It's a French cumbia. I think it's gonna take.
Hey, Anais, if you're still there. Hi, friend. All right.
People are gonna love it.
Speaking of loving songs, I love this song.
Dicen que la distancia es el olvido, pero yo no concibo esa razón, porque yo seguiré siendo el cautivo de los caprichos de tu corazón. Supiste esclarecer mis pensamientos, ayuntaste, me diste la verdad que yo soñé, ayuntaste de mí los sufrimientos. En la primera noche que te amé, hoy mi playa se vista de armadura, porque tu barca tiene que partir a cruzar otros mares de locura. Cuida que no naufrague tu vivir. Cuando la luz del sol esté apagando y te sientas cansada de vagar, piensa que yo por ti estaré esperando hasta que tú decidas regresar. Hoy mi playa se vista de armadura, porque tu barca tiene que partir a cruzar otros mares de locura. Cuida que no naufrague tu vivir. Cuando la luz del sol esté apagando y te sientes cansada de vagar, piensa que yo por ti estaré esperando hasta que tú decidas regresar. It's beautiful. La barca. Mm-hmm. They say that distance is the forgetting, but I don't believe that, because I'm gonna keep being captive to all the little whims of your heart. I could go on. You want me to stop? I'm gonna stop.
I don't know. I think we should play more than translate. Okay. That was a beautiful first verse, though. It's so fun to translate on the spot. I know, but
I point taken.
Okay. Just we don't have all night. We gotta play these beautiful songs. If anyone needs the translation, email David. We would be happy to. El que no se fue cuando iba pa' Veracruz, cuando iba pa' Veracruz, el que no se fue. Les voy a decir por qué, por eso te anda sin luz. Se bajó a tomar café, que lo deja el autobús. Que reque, que reque, que reque, que reque. De Luis y el aguardiente, ¿cuál será mejor licor? ¿Cuál será mejor licor? El whisky y el aguardiente. Yo digo el aguardiente porque se emborracha todo. Emborracha el presidente, también el gobernador. Que reque, que reque. Que reque, que reque. Se encontré con la besuda, sin saber que era la muerte. Sin saber que era la muerte, se encontró con la besuda. Le dijo la testa duda, no tomas el aguardiente, vas a morir de una cruda que amarga será tu suerte. Que reque, que reque. Que reque, que reque.
Que reggae, que reggae, que reggae, que reggae. All right.
Fun.
Oh, que reggae.
Oh, thanks for tuning in, friends, on all the different screens. We are loving playing these songs. It's really, how many of these shows all in Spanish have we done, do you think?
It's maybe a fifth, I would guess.
David has a deep catalog of songs he learned in Mexico and from different Spanish professors or something. He learned.
Yeah, Gary Gostin taught me a lot of songs. Adios Mariquita Linda, that Caña Dulce Pa Moler.
And thank you so much for all the generous tips toward our tiling of our studio bathroom. We're really close to the end of the studio there. We can in sight of it. But we still are figuring out how we're going to cover the costs of the last pieces of the puzzle. So thank you so much. So many of you have already really helped us a lot with that, and we appreciate it so much. What else? We're playing a live show, on Friday, opening for our friends Steep Canyon Rangers at the Jefferson in Charlottesville. If you're in town, come on down. Anything else to announce in that realm? There aren't many shows on the books until next year, so
late February. Watch out.
3-week tour coming up.
All right. This is the oldest song of the the ones where they know someone wrote it down. A lot of these songs, like the last one, Que Reque, is there's no it's so old. I think someone has taken responsibility for that one, or someone has a copyright on that song. Que Reque, but it's really one that's been sung for a long time, and people come up with verses all the time when they sing it. But this one is from the 1800s, written by Arcadio Zúñiga y Tejeda, La Barca de Oro.
He has two names. It's like this and that. That's so cool.
A lot of people know that Pedro Infante made this popular, in the 1950s. But sorry, were you going to say something?
No. Good.
Okay.
Got what you need there?
Yeah. Yo ya me voy al puerto donde se halla la barca de oro que debe conducirme. Yo ya me voy, solo vengo a despedirme. Adiós, mujer, adiós para siempre. Adiós. oídos escucharán mi canto. Voy a aumentar los mares con mi llanto. Adiós, mujer, adiós para siempre. Adiós. Yo ya me voy. Muerto donde sea. La barca de oro que debe conducirme. Hoy ya me voy. Solo vengo a despedirme. Adiós, mujer, adiós para siempre. Adiós. No volverán tus ojos a mirarme, ni tus oídos escucharán mi canto. Voy a aumentar los mares con mi llanto. Adiós, mujer, adiós para siempre. Adiós. You can hear your dad downstairs reading. They're going strong on the stories down there.
Yeah, indeed.
Thank
you. Thanks, everyone. What else did you have to report? Or
it's hard for me to stop. I'm gonna stop.
Oh, okay.
Stop. It's been so fun to go back and relearn these songs. It's been so long. But I love having an excuse, especially for the Day of the Dead. A beautiful occasion to revisit these songs. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us. Thanks to those of you who've been able to contribute to the bathroom fund for the studio. It's really coming along. If you go to the website, you can see brand new pictures we put up of the studio progress on davidwaxmuseum.com/barnraising. And we know so many of you guys have been great supporters of that project. So thank you guys. It's getting so close.
Yeah. Oh.
Got to figure out what's going on in the Virginia election, what's going on with the World Series. There's a lot going on tonight. Big night.
It really is, actually. Don't tell us who won the Virginia election. We'll just go find out ourselves. Or the World Series. That'll go late, right?
Yeah.
All right. You need to go check on these things too. Thank you all, everyone. We'll see you next week. Right? Are we doing something next week?
Yeah, we're gonna do another live stream next week.
We'll do another records. Full album. We don't know which one yet. Everything is saved. Knock knock. Guest house. We got a couple to choose from. Oh, hey Eric. Hey Brenna. Oh gosh, it's still a nail biter. Oh jeez. All right. Hopefully that's for the game, not the election. Right. Okay. Good night, everyone.
Good night, friends. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.